here we are tonight celebrating P2P Possibilities at 5, and this year definitely feels like our best year yet.
It does, it really, really does. It's amazing. When you consider that 75% of philanthropy ventures fell within the first 1 year.
Wow.
And we're here celebrating our 5th. We don't take it for granted at all. It's been an amazing year.
It has been. It's actually been a very busy year.
Extremely busy.
Very busy.
Extremely busy. We kicked it off with the January event.
Yes.
We had a lot of you coming out to support us in the middle of winter. And after that, we had an adventure in Nigeria. We visited all our children. We met the first boy that we started sponsoring, God's Power and Wanchuku. He'll be graduating next year.
Yes.
We did the assessment for the new intakes, who will be starting in September. And we went to see our project in Idale. We completed a borehole and we built a fantastic library. And as we speak tonight, we should have over 2,800 books being shipped to Nigeria.
That is amazing.
It's been a very busy year.
Yes.
And of course, we cannot forget everyone that showed up for Raise for Change 2014.
Oh my gosh, I've been running every year, I think. But this has to be the best for me, even personally, you know.
It was from the t-shirts that were designed by Enuvier.
Thank you.
To people that made up puff puff, brought us beet pie.
All the young children,
all the young teenagers, for everyone that ran and everyone that raised money. It was the best one ever. We could not run the charity without that raise. Big thank you to every one of you in the room tonight who actually participated in that raise. It was amazing. We raised over £13,000, our highest amount to date, and we raised it with less than 30 of you running. So fantastic. You guys, you made it happen. You keep those children in school. Thank you very much.
What has been your highlight?
Highlight for me was a trip to Nigeria, rather, and specifically was our visit to Idale Local Government Primary School. We built this borehole, and obviously we have envisaged that it would serve the 94 children in the school. But when we got to the school, everybody had actually turned out. So the people in the farming village had actually turned out, and they were sat around.
And the ballet
came, and the ballet had actually attended the school when it was first built in the 50s. And he said there was never running water even then in the school. So, and they spoke about how the borehole now
serves the whole
community, and so the community of farmers actually use the borehole, and I just had tingles. It was amazing to see that borehole not only impacted on the children but the whole community.
So thank you to everyone again who helped us
raise money at this time last year at the gala
last year.
It was amazing.
Yes. You know, one of the things that always still amazes me is the fact that P2P Possibilities has never had any major, government funding, corporate sponsorship. Everything that we do and we've done has literally been from individuals giving consistently every month, people turning up to our fundraising events, people taking part in Race for Change.
Absolutely. I think people don't realise how far £5 a month, £10 a month goes. And that is how we run this charity. We've never gotten government support in terms of funding. We've never gotten a big organisation to fund or sponsor even the gala. We fund the charity and all our work, and the children and the borehole and the library from people giving us £10, £5 a month. We are a community charity. And without you and without the support that we get from individuals doing that, we couldn't do any of this work. And don't forget that we actually get gift aid. So a £10 donation is actually £12.50. It goes a long way.
It does go a long way.
And if we can get 100 people to do Race for Change, it will set up the charity so much more to do a lot more. I mean, one of my biggest disappointments is that we've never managed to get 100 runners.
That's a target for next year.
That's a target for next year. You know, 100 people, 100 of you, just to sign up to do this race, we will build schools with that, you know.
You can sign up tonight. We've got forms out, you know.
Absolutely.
It's not too early. You can actually start training from now.
Start training from now. It's, you know.
Race for Change 2015.
2015, you have to be
Help
there.
us make
you
it
have
happen.
to be there.
And you know what else is on the horizon for Path to Possibilities?
Oh, goodness. 2015. Race for Change, for sure is going to happen again, by God's grace. And then
we got registered, didn't we?
We got registered in Nigeria. We got registered in Nigeria. So we are actually a registered, Nigeria, they call it NGO,
yes.
a non-governmental
organization.
So we're now registered in Nigeria as Path to Possibilities Scholarship Fund. And we're hoping to launch in Nigeria next year.
Yes.
And then one of our biggest projects for next year, the resource center that we spoke about and we want to do.
Yes.
And our aim and hope is that we'll be able to build something that serves the local community. So we'll have a resource center which will have a library inside that the local community and children can use. Yeah. And we will have a teachers training section inside. Yeah. So when we come to Nigeria to do our teachers training, because we actually share best teaching practice with schools, state-funded schools in Nigeria, we can have a center where teachers can come to and we can share materials with them and show them how to engage and interact and teach basic English and maths, because we've noticed that our children, as talented as they are, they always struggle in that first year because their foundation on literacy and maths is a bit shaky. So we want a centre that kind of brushes up those skills.
Yes. Yeah, and a vocational centre.
And a vocational centre within that as well. We acknowledge that not a lot of people would have the opportunities that our scholars have at the moment. So we want to give...
reach out to the wider, population of children or young adults who may not have had the opportunity of a formal education. Nigerians are very resourceful, skillful people. There's a lot of skillful means of making a living, so we want to create an environment where people, we know people in fashion, in the makeup industry, in the arts and entertainment, filming,
who can offer their services. I mean, these people can do a 2-day course on how to start a makeup business, or it could even be a month course on how to sew, or even longer on how to sew, so that people are given the skills to actually set out for themselves and to build a better future for themselves.
There's going to be another busy year.
It's going to be an amazing year, but it's going to be busy.
But we cannot continue without your continued support.
We can't, and we can't continue as well, and we can't expand without expanding our income. So at the moment we have about 40 people giving us £5, £10 every month. We want to increase the number. We want about 100 people, and there are 100 people plus in this room tonight. So if everybody commits to £5 a month, we're that further there into making this happen. And we can't forget that Path to Possibilities is more than an education. Last year when we went to Nigeria, I saw Paul Odumusu, who was hospitalized when he first started in GSS 1, and he physically looked ill, and he had he was malnutrition. Kwashiorkor is not an illness of the past, it's still present today, and he was so ill that he missed a lot of school and he was only promoted on trial. And when we went in March, I saw him, and his hair had grown and he had smiles and dimples that I'd never seen before, and he just looked so healthy. It's more than giving children an education. It's giving them hope. It's giving them shelter. It's giving them access to 3 square meals a day, plus snacks and all the Capricorn that they also ask for. So
it's actually building their confidence and their outlook on life.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you see God's Power swagger.
Oh my
God's
gosh.
Power walked into the room and he was like, I was like, they're going to film you. Are you sure you're going to be okay? He said, yeah, I know what to say. I'll show them around. I'll show them the top shop. I'll show them the canteen. And he spoke so confidently and he was absolutely full of confidence.
The first time we met him, he was so shy.
Absolutely.
We had to prompt him to talk on camera. We had
Absolutely.
to encourage him to speak up. You know, his voice was barely a whisper.
Absolutely. You know, so it's transformational, and I will never ever get tired of Part 2 Possibility, and I hope that you don't lose that. We don't lose your support too.
So please keep supporting.
Keep keeping our children shining.